Hot take. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Hotter take. It is also the best mental performance lesson you didn't know you needed. Because John McClane is basically every writer who walks into a warm-up pen like, cool, cool, cool. I'm calm. I'm normal. I am definitely not one spook away from evaporating. So today we are doing mental performance lessons from a holiday movie classic, but don't worry, this isn't film club. This is a Chopin survival episode.
Welcome to the Resilient Rainer, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Nicole Burnett. As we are recording this, I am frantically trying to get the last bit of daylight to do this because my power is out and it will be out for probably the rest of the day from the power company. It'll be at least another 4 hours. So I am trying to record this on my laptop battery before we run out of power so we can get this out. But that is just the theme of this, right? Just being adaptable is exactly in line with what we're talking about today. So we're rolling with it. We're adaptable. We're awesome. Okay. Now, I'm so excited. I love doing these mental performance from movies, from pop culture, showing how we can learn these lessons in different ways that they are, exemplified. There's a word here. My brain is looking for it. Different examples of mental performance in action. We can find these, and it's really helpful to see these concepts play out in ways that are just, even beyond our riding that we can bring back. And I think it's really fun. So in that theme, we are going holiday themed with one of the greatest Christmas movies ever, Die Hard. I don't know what you thought I was going to choose, but if you haven't seen Die Hard, you need to go watch it. I don't know. It's a super, super awesome, super American movie. I love it. Now, here we go. You've got to unplug your ears. Go get a Q-tip, clean out that wax buildup, because I'm going to share this part nobody wants to hear. So many riders, they get this wrong. And I see this over and over in the conversations I have with my clients. And so I'm glad to share this with you today, which is that a lot of times people get this twisted where they think the goal is to just feel calm all the time, that they have failed if they ever feel any type of way, right? And they kind of think that they should be some type of, Zen monk, right? No shade to those guys, but they think that they failed if they're experiencing emotion. And I got to be real clear here. That is not the goal. You are a human. Emotion is a part of this wonderful, glorious life. So the real goal is not to be calm always. The real goal, and a more helpful, productive goal, is to figure out how can you stay functional when you're not calm, right? When you're ratcheted up, how can you still stay functional? And obviously this means in the saddle with your horse when it's getting a little Western, getting a little ranchy, and more broadly out of the saddle as well. Because let's be real, horses, and when you go to show day is not a spa day. I love a good spa day. Like, oh man, just a nice massage. I love it. But a show is not a spa day. And we've got bright lights, really tight time windows. There's weird energy. Let's be real. There's a lot of weird energy. And your horse will randomly decide the gate banner is some government drone. It's weird, okay? And let's bring it back to Die Hard. Die Hard is basically nothing goes to plan. The stakes feel high, and McClane, he cannot stop the chaos. He can only respond well inside it. So I'm going to share 3 lessons from Die Hard that we can apply to our riding. The first lesson here is stop negotiating with panic. All right. Just think to yourself, we don't negotiate with terrorists. And that's what your panic is. So your brain under stress, it's going to try to open peace talks. It's going to say, what if we just scratch? What if we lower our standards? What if we melt into the dirt and somehow become one with the arena? All of these things are going to come up, and they're going to seem really great ideas, seem really reasonable. McClane doesn't do that. He is not negotiating with these wackos, okay? He doesn't wait to feel ready either. He just goes, what's the next move? With lots of very justified swearing. I realized I really like this movie because in real life, I tend to swear a lot, and I just thought it was hilarious. So rider translation. When nerves hit, we're not asking why. We're not asking, oh my gosh, what's going on? I should feel so bad. When nerves hit, you're not going to ask, how do I stop feeling this? You're just going to ask, what is my next controllable thing? Okay. And in the saddle, this might be just soften your hands, right? You might notice that you are gripping the heck out of those reins. Okay. Just soften up your hands. It might be, oh, eyes up. I'm staring down at my horse's neck. What the heck? Look up. Look where you're going. It might be just take a breath. Exhale longer than your inhale, okay? Longer than your inhale, but just breathe out. All of these are examples of something that is under your direct control, because again, people get very confused when they look at things that are not in their direct control. So what is under your control and what is your next controllable thing, right? Really simple. So lesson number 1, stop negotiating with your panic. Lesson number 2, adaptation is the skill. Just like how I told you, I'm recording this on my laptop before my battery dies because my power is out for the next 4+ hours. So that is being adaptable. I'm saying, all right, I can still do this. It'll work. We're being adaptable. And in Die Hard, McClane keeps adjusting. He's constantly adjusting and adapting. New problem, new plan. New problem, new plan. He's not attached to perfect. It's not like, oh, it has to go this way and it's wrong if it doesn't. Okay, he's attached to effective. And I love this. I love this. I strive to live this way in my own life, which is not being attached to perfect, just being attached to effective. All right. And the rider translation for you. You do not need a perfect run, okay? You need a responsive ride. And let me tell you, I've been watching The Futurity, been watching Congress. I've been watching so many shows and so many runs lately. I need to talk about it on the podcast. But I see this play out over and over where the people who are laying down these fire runs and taking home the prizes, they're not having perfect runs. It is a responsive ride because we are humans and your horse is also a living, breathing creature. And so the best thing here is not just being attached to perfection, it's being responsive and connected. And so when you go in the show pen, and honestly, when you are with your horse at any time, just the mantra for you is to say, calm is not the requirement. Response is, because it's about how you are responding and connecting. Okay. All right. So That was the second lesson. Adaptation is the skill. It is the deal. Now, lesson number 3. A protocol beats vibes. Okay? So McClane has patterns. He observes, decides, and acts. That's regulation. And you know regulation is my jam. Your diehard 30-second protocol, right? If I were to give you a little something, anti-spiral move to put in your pocket, this is it for you. Exhale. Exhale out longer than you inhale. That's the key. Do that twice. Remind yourself, say, what is my next controllable thing? And third, do 1 cue. Again, I'm obsessed with breaking this down to the micro moments. It is a yes, no, checkbox. Have you done this? Yes or no. So this can be, soften your hand, look up with your eyes, but just pick one thing. That's it. It needs to be simple enough to work when your brain is toast, okay? Because sometimes our brains are toast. Now, if you can do that, congratulations. You are now basically John McClane in a cowgirl hat. Oh my gosh, my power literally just came on. Wow. Okay. If you can do that, congratulations. You are now basically John McClane in a cowgirl hat. Barefoot is optional. If you know, you know. If you like protocol, I'll just throw out there that in the Mental Gym for Equestrians, I teach my full 5-level rider regulation protocol. But today, I want to keep it really simple, keep it diehard simple, the 30-second anti-spiral move. So let's wrap this up with a bow, okay? The holiday movie takeaway from Die Hard is stupid simple, which is how we like it. Working with your horse and show day, it doesn't require you to feel calm. It's sure nice when you feel that way, absolutely, but it's not a requirement, and we don't need to put up false barriers here. It is not a requirement to feel calm. It requires you. What it does require is that you respond well anyway. Just ask yourself, what is my next controllable thing? And just ask it again and again and again and again. And so to review, those 3 lessons that we took away today are 1, stop negotiating with your panic. 2, adaptation is the skill. And 3, a protocol beats vibes. And I think this applies anytime I halter my horse, let alone ride. Well, if you want me to hand you the exact next step for show nerves, spirals, and pressure moments, that's what 5 Days to Confident Competitor is for. Merry Christmas, yippee-ki-yay, go ride your plan. Thanks for being here. You guys are the best. Talk soon.